Veloster's in the shop today, and that can only mean one thing. We got parts for it. So as you can see by the fine array of tools and parts on my desk, we got some goodies, boys. It's that time of the year, the Milwaukee deals were on, and I decided I haven't really chosen a brand to stick with yet, so we're gonna go Milwaukee. It was actually crazy because like this battery, which isn't the good one, it is a bigger one, 18 volt, but it's just kind of the regular red lithium, not a forged, not a high output. And the charger, which can do the 12 volt or the 18 volt batteries, was like 200 bucks, and it like kind of makes sense because one of these batteries is like over 100, one of these chargers is close to it, so 200 bucks for that's already a deal in and of itself. But then you got to pick a tool for free, and the Sawzall, which is a tool that I actually don't have, was one of the free tools. And as you guys know, if you've been following, our rear disc brake swap has some rusty shit that needs to be cut off of it. So I got a Sawzall for free with a Milwaukee battery and charger. Aside from that, I do have a timing belt here. We'll go over this a little bit later. It is for this engine here because we may or may not be boosting finally and going back to the non-VTEC B18 engine. That's for a later date though. Today we have mods for our Veloster N. That is indeed an Injen intake. I couldn't be more excited. Finally unlock the boost noises of the Veloster N with this intake. It is an open box design and this thing is sick. So let's dive into it. Ooh, this is gonna be spicy. Ooh, there's the charge pipe. Here's our shroud. Some instructions, couplers, clamps, hoses, standoffs, and the filter. Okay, so we got the big Injen filter, not bad. Installation instructions available to download. We're not gonna need that where we're going. Nice Injen shroud. It's embossed Injen there as well. Nice piece. And then we have the actual charge pipe itself. Woo! This one's wrinkle black with the Injen sticker on it. Nice and crispy. Now that it's open, let's get right into it. Okay, and just before we get started, I'm gonna fire this thing up and let's take some before sounds so we know what it sounds like before and we know what it sounds like with the intake, because the boost noises are gonna be crazy with the intake. Right now, the closed box design muffles it all. It's pretty lame. So let's take a listen. And as you can hear, you can't hear shit. Let's change that. So if we come over here, we can see that we got hose 1, hose 2, and hose 3. And then we've got a clamp back there that goes into the turbo inlet. And then this is gonna have to come off as well, some push clips. And there's a nut there, a nut there, a nut there that I can see holding this box on. So let's first start by opening the lid, taking the filter out, taking all the hoses off, and getting this box out of here. And I think that's all we're gonna need. We'll find out. There we go, baby. Stock intake is off. You see how malleable this pipe is too? Like under boost, you can fold this in half with your hands. I don't understand why they thought that that would be good to hold fucking boost. Hitting it up with the gram right now. If you're not following Brash Co on Instagram, get on it. Stock filter is out, intake pipe is out. 1, 2, 3 hoses are disconnected. Now let's take the intake basket out. Oh, so this comes out with it. You just need to kind of pop up these tabs to get it out of this here. But that comes as one whole assembly right there. All right, now with that out, we have a big dark hole into the abyss. We have an engine ground there, transmission. This is set up like a K-series. You got your intake up front, exhaust out back, trans on the driver's side. Tons of space to work with. Nice and clean in here. So now that the box, the filter, and the pipe is out, now we can start installing the Injen pieces. All right guys, now I'm just gonna go ahead and install everything loose as I can. So on this shroud here, you have 2 pieces of like just rubber protectant. This skinny shorter one is going on the inside circle, so that's gonna go around the circle. And then this one is gonna go on the outside of the circle, so it's gonna follow this line all the way down here. So I'm gonna get both of those installed. I think you're gonna need 2 out of these 3 stock bolts that came off the box. And then this silicone coupler is gonna go on the side that has 2 vacuum hoses, not the side that has the one big one. That one faces the radiator support. This one goes to the back of the turbo, so I'm gonna slide this over, tighten a clamp down, and then get another clamp fit to this size, because as you can see, it is a reducer. The smaller side goes on the turbo inlet, which, if you don't know, is that. Just a little note for you guys. On the inside of this coupler, there is a little plastic or a little sticker. If there's any stickers inside of anything on this, take them off, because that would get sucked right into the turbo the minute we fire it up and hit boost. So what I've decided to do is, instead of installing the one coupler you get for the intake, instead of installing it on the intake and trying to put it on the car, there's going to be 2 clamps on this, because one of them is going to clamp to the intake and one of them is going to clamp to the turbo inlet. The turbo inlet is the furthest most back, so I'm going to go ahead and put this on the turbo inlet, cinch it down, and then that's going to be installed on the car, and then I can just bring the pipe in, slide it in here, and tighten the one closer to me. I think that'll be easier. All this rubber insulation installed. Okay, that rubber seal is installed perfectly, and as you see, I had to make a little cut there, just a little tiny one, so it all matches up nice and evenly. Now this one has to go on this outer edge here. All right. And now that this piece has all of its rubber installed, it's time to install it in the car and then install our charge pipe, and this install is done. All right, so this is how it goes in the car. That thick piece of rubber you put is gonna be faced up like it is here, and then this hole is obviously gonna be right there for the intake pipe to go through. You are gonna have to take out one more screw right here. It's really hard to see. Let me get a flashlight. There's a screw right there that didn't need to come out for the stock intake, but needs to come out to be able to bolt into this. And then this one right here uses that OEM mount, and then this one here uses that OEM mount as well. But what you're gonna wanna do is take this upside down, install it into that mount, and then this prong on the intake is going to go on top of it just like that. So essentially, unthread the nut, and you're gonna wanna install this on top of the intake right there. Also, this tab, you're gonna have to take your thumb and bend it down a bit because it's straight vertical. You just gotta bend it down, install this into there like that, and then the intake's gonna go on top and cinch it all down. Turns out you're gonna wanna fully remove this piece here, so just take out the two. I just remembered this is threaded, and so is the hole, so you're gonna wanna leave the nut on the top to tighten down the intake and thread this down. No, I dropped a bolt. Damn, I don't see it either. I'm gonna have to take this back out. Hey, there it is. Don't drop your nuts and do an engine bay, boys. Okay, now that our intake box is in, we have 1, 2, 3 screws in it. Now we can go ahead and start installing the actual intake pipe and the filter, and that will conclude this install. This install is very, very simple and straightforward. Anyone at home can do this. I'd recommend leaving this big rubber piece that goes here off till the end because it keeps coming up when you're trying to install this bolt specifically. So let's put that back on and move on to the charge pipe. And just like that, boys, it's done. That's the easiest install in the world. Any one of you at home, if you have this car and you're wondering if you can do it, you can do it. That's legit one of the easiest, most straightforward bolt-on installs ever. Let's check it out. Ready, boys? Damn, that looks good. Both clamps back there tight. Hose 1, 2, 3 are tight. 1, 2, 3 screws. This is what I was showing you guys about. It's kind of got that foot that comes off the intake. You're just going to want to use the washer and nut there. And there you have it, boys. Filter is on. Intake is on. Let's go ahead and put the valve cover back on. And this thing is going to be sick. Can't wait to hear it. All right, first start, first revs. Let's hear it. And now that it's official, time to take the badge film off. Woo, 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 woo. That is sick, boys. Yo, that sounds insane. Oh my God, that is rad, dude. That sounds rad. First ride, ready? Let's get into second gear. Ready? Holy That is so rad. Oh my God. Let's get another pull here. Oh, that's sick. Holy, you can hear that a lot, dude. Even on the downshifts. Ready? Oh, that sounds sick, boys. If you like what you hear, comment, like, subscribe. Civic is indeed getting boosted. Turbo is ordered. See you guys in the next one. Peace.